Hi everyone, here is your Wednesday watch and it's a nice nude set, keeping it quite simple so that I can talk through some designs that I get asked a lot about, so keeping it really simple today. Now I have tipped these with a square tip from a website and I've shaped them into a nice almond. I like quite a narrow almond, so I've done all that. We're going to pretend now that I have dehydrated and primed these nails, and I'm going straight on with a white. So I'm blending that back. You can't see because my lovely pink gloves are in the way, but you will on the next one. So the first bead with that, I'm blending it straight back, trying to make it lovely and soft because you don't want to see that blend. So if you don't blend it back to begin with, it's going to be all ugly and very bold and in your face. So just painting it down. Now I've kept this video as well in real time so you can see how I work. And I'm working on my flexi hand today. She's awful. She's not awful, but she's not a real person. I like real people. Hairs, look, hairs are sticking to her. She falls off her thing. She slides all around. So I'm gonna deal with that. I'm gonna move on to another ombre because these are so popular. You need to be able to do them for all these weddings and proms and just everything. Right, placing that bead on and blending it back. Short, sharp pulls with the tip of your brush, painting it backwards, making it nice and soft. Nobody wants a squashy nail, do they? So making sure that back of that bead is lovely and flush and then painting down. I've gone for not a super long nail today, but you could put this in 2 beads if you want to. You can do it in 1. But all I really want you to do is when you place that first bead is to make sure you blend the back of it. And that applies if you're doing a pink and white, if you're doing a coloured set, if you're doing any, blend the back of it. We do not want big, chunky, harsh white lines. Now I'm going to go in with the sugared almond and I'm placing this one straight at the cuticle, going in with the tip of my brush, making sure that the cuticle is nice and flush. You'll see I'll get that bead all at one point. And then short, sharp pulls with the tip of my brush, painting it down. Now I'm going to show you this way and I'm going to show you a 2 bead way. So you can do it in 1 bead. If it's a nice short nail, you can go straight from the cuticle. Or you can break it up and do it in 2. Now doing it in 2 is a lot easier and generally that's what I would tend to do. But this nail was nice and short, so I thought, let's do it in 1. So if you're going to do it in 2, the way not to see that blend ever again and to get the perfect ombre is to stick that core bead onto the blend. Stick it right onto the blend. So I will pick up a bead, I'll drain the back of the bead, placing it on the blend. Now, tip of the brush behind that bead, stretching it all over the nail. So the whole bead is in the same position, same starting point. Short, sharp pulls, tip of my brush. Don't just pull and stop and pull. Short, sharp pulls, nice and quick. The slower you are, the longer you are, the more time that bead has to polymerize. It won't pull down and your ombre, it won't be there. So short, sharp pulls, nice and quick, keeping it as wet as you can. Now we're going to go in with the cuticle. So I've used 2 smaller beads, making my life a little bit easier. I don't have to come in like a big balls thinking, oh yeah, I can do the cuticle, I can make the blend. Make your life easier, just like I do with a reverse. Break it into 2 if you need to. No one's going to know. When this bloody wench ain't going anywhere, is she? But when your client goes down the shop, nobody's going to know that you've done it in 2. Nobody's going to care. She's going, oh, look at that little bit glare. So they're going to know a good set to a bad set. So if you can make a great set with putting in a few extra beads, just do that. Make it easier. The next thing you need to do, because I'm not going to do anything else with these nails, you need to make sure when you do an ombre is to cap it in a clear. Because if you don't cap it, you're going to file away the lovely blend that you've already created. Now, if you could already build an apex with the core pink, so you wouldn't need to put an apex in, but I am with this one, so I'm leaving that product there at the back and then pulling from the front. So I leave the bulk of the product in the back third so that these nails will last. We've got an apex there already. But like I say, you could just build it up with your core pink and you wouldn't need to put all that product at the back. You just cover your blend. So with this one, I'm not going to cover the whole nail in this clear. It is literally there to protect my blend so that when I come in and file it, it's not all going to fuck off as well. So yeah, make sure you protect that blend with a nice bit of clear. Now these nails aren't super long, so we don't need a super massive apex either as well. So not huge, keeping it in the back third of this nail, keeping them nice and neat, doing all the work with my brush, and I'm using a size 8 from my website, doing all the work with the brush, so the filing is minimal. Now, we're going to be using some rose golds, keeping it real nice nudes today. Now, I wasn't sure what I was going to put on this ring finger and the middle one, so I'm just going to put a bead of clear. We're going to pretend she's a real person and she's coming back to me in 3 weeks. So we're putting that bead of clear so that when she does, she ain't coming back, I can file down to her base layer and redesign. With remembering, peeps, I have prepped and dehydrated these nails. We're going to pretend that Pamela hand-erson is real now. So I wasn't sure what I was going to do completely. I knew I was using the rose gold, so I'm just protecting that nail bed for when she comes back. So I'm going in now with this metallic rose gold, picking up an eye bogey size bead of clear acrylic, dipping it into raw glitter and putting it straight onto that nail. Now, the more I move my brush, the more my liquid will come out of my brush, making my bead like water, and I can just paint the colour on. We know that when I'm using a slightly chunkier glitter, I like to put a background colour, so I'm using one of my faves from the Dazzle. You're going to be using Rose Gold Dazzle in a minute, and it will appear that I've only used Rose Gold Dazzle, but really this lovely rose gold is saving my bacon and making my cuticles and my sidewalls and my free edge nice and thin, because then I don't have to put the chunky glitter all beside it. Okay, let's just appreciate Rose Gold Dazzle just for a second. I will wind my neck in and you can just look at it. Stunning, isn't it? God, I waffle, don't I? I need to give my bloody arse a chance. But yeah, God, I actually did some proper nail talk then. Didn't talk about my random life, did I? So, yeah, we just got a lovely glitter. Whilst I've got you for a second, again, thank you all for coming back and watching and liking. Hope you all enjoyed last week's video. I really do appreciate it. So thank you all so much. What's everybody up to? What are you all up to? I am off to Plymouth at the weekend in the UK, driving all the way down to Plymouth to do some teaching. I'm going to go down there, got a nice little group, teaching sculpting from scratch and a load of design. There are spaces still available, so if anybody wants to come and party with me, because I am going out on Sunday night in Plymouth, there's some spaces on my website. Go and have a look. How cheeky, look at that. Anyone doesn't know what they want for Crimbo, send a link to the other halves, because my one-to-ones are all online as well. And if you're over the sea, there's loads of online training as well. Right, back to it. There's my little promotional plug there. Right, we're going to do a marble using sugared almond and the white as well. Okay, what's it for? I'll find it. You know, I'll put it in the description. You know I'm going to do it. Everything I've listed will be in the description with links and with discount codes as well. So we're going to place 2 beads nice and wet, and we're going to use that brush like a knife. So just pulling through each of the beads and then pulling back down through. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. When I did this, I wasn't really happy. I was thinking, God, I could just edit this out. I could get rid of this and leave it. I thought, no. This is what the people are here for. They're here to see when Kai fucks up. And I'm only human. I do fuck up quite a lot. And I was looking at the clock and I thought, I'm going to go pick the kids up in a minute. So I decided to just go with it. And actually, I really liked it. And I think I'll probably trying to do this fuck up a bit more often. What I didn't like about it was that there was that big white block at the top. But you know, if you fuck up, you just add glitter. So when you see like 5 fingers of glitter on mine, you know I've made a big mistake. And I really loved how this turned out. Naturally, we're putting some swooshes on, but I did 2, but I pulled it the other way, which goes against, a bit cack-handed. I did struggle, but you know, you can do it. You get your brush in there. Now, nice wet bead, eye bogey size bead, dipping it into that raw rose gold, wiggle, 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 all of your liquid comes out, and swoosh. Not completely happy, you go in with the tip of your brush and you're just going to nudge it and edge it and make it absolutely perfect. Making it nice and shaping it and swooshing it. Try and stay away from the sidewalls, because that's usually at the end of the set when you're like, oh, for fuck's sake, I've gone too big on the sidewalls. You're going to come in with your file and you're going to file it all away. So keep your designs away from there. Keep any bulk you want towards the middle. Don't stay away from the edge. Stay away from the edge. Okay, so I didn't like this big white bit, so I'm going to come in from the cuticle and I'm going to swoosh the other way. I know, it's mind-blowing. Didn't like going this way, absolutely hated it, but you know, like I say, I've left it in. I want you to see. I want you to see it, because that just looks like a splodge, doesn't it? But I wipe my brush on my towel and I come back in and I'm going to tidy it up. Tip of my brush. No different brush. No little brush for this and big brush for that. Just using different parts of my brush and knowing what each part can do. So the tip of the brush, you know, he did all that feathering when we were doing the ombre. It's going to go in and do all the nudging and sorting it all out. We love the tip today, people. It's all about the tip. Okay. Right. What you've got to do after this is put the lid on, because of last week's bloody shenanigans when the flakes went freaking everywhere. Put the lid on, and we are going to cap this, not before adding a few more of this rose dazzle, rose gold dazzle. Now, you won't find these dazzles anywhere else, because they came to me in like a shitting dream. They are mixed by me. Only I know what's in them. Well, if somebody stole my glitter Bible, they'd know what goes into each of my glitters as well. But yeah, this is one of my little brain fart moments when I think of something. I think, oh my days, if I put that, that's going to create that. So there is a range of dazzles, and they're pretty special. Right, lid on, Kai. Let's move on. We've got to cap this. So we're going to keep it. What we're going to do? We need to cap this. We need to make sure that we protect this glitter, because when I get my file out, I will ruin it. So I'm going to place it, come behind it, so the back of the bead is nice and flush, and then just painting it down. There's already a lot going on with this nail. We've got the tip, the clear base layer, we've got acrylic and glitter, so we don't need to make this massive. It's just there for a bit of protection. We will put an apex in with the next bead, making sure that the tip of the brush comes above and behind that bead, pushing it nicely into the cuticle. Sidewall gone, nice and thin. Sidewall gone, nice and thin. And then just painting down. Paint. Lush. And we'll do the same with this marble one as well, making sure we protect the glitter. We want nothing shining at us. If anything twinkles or shines or sparkles, it will haunt you forever, because when you get the filer, it's all going to disappear. So you'll see on this one, I cap it, and then I go and I stick a little bit more in, because I wasn't 100% certain that it was going to be quite right. So, you know, like I said, nobody's going to know in Tesco. Oh my God, I need t-shirts with that on. No one's going to know in Tesco when the client goes in. If you're unsure, stick another one in. Nobody's going to know. Now, I'm going to show you now why I hate Pamela hand-erson, because this bitch did not tell me. And because I'm wearing these stupid pink gloves, because I've got rotten fingers underneath, my client and myself were unaware that I'd stuck myself to the fucking nail. Oh, like, I'm running late. I've got the kids to pick up. What the fuck? So yeah, that got me. And I was thinking to myself, you'll see in a minute, I was like, well, what do I do? What do I do? I could just rip this nail off, but you wouldn't do that with a client. These things happen. What shall I do? What shall I do? And I did just sit there for a bit and think, I don't fucking know. If I file it, then I'm going to hit my glitter. I'm going to get dust inside it. So I just thought, let's just fucking wang it. Let's wang it. I'm going to put a bead of clear in there, and I'm going to wang it and wish. There we go. I'm going to wang it and wish and hope for the best. Now, you know I won't lie to you, but I didn't keep the filing on here. But I promise you, I swear on my kids' lives, it was absolutely fine. Nothing wrong with it at all. So yeah, wang it a wish, and it worked out fine. And that was that. super simple set. I always get more interaction on any of my posts when it's a lovely nude set. I think more people can wear it, and it was dead quick and easy, and the children got picked up in time. Everybody is winning today. I'm going to let you enjoy this top coating video, and I'm going to bugger off because I need a chuffing drink. I have spoke all the way through this. Do other YouTubers do this? I don't know. Do you just listen to music with others? I'm not sure. Maybe I'll go and check it out. But with me, you're going to get a crazy ginger person waffling on. Honestly, don't see anybody. So this is like my week out. Anyway, thank you again and again and again and again. If you love my stuff, please subscribe. Every Wednesday I'll be back. Okay, right. I'm going to let you go. Love you all.